Good morning, my friends, and anyone who stumbled here. Won't you be my neighbor? Okay, I'm done. Time to the video. I've really just woke up, so I'm a little extra. Anyway, really, time for the video. Life is not easy. I used to think it was before I started making conscious, intentional choices toward becoming a healthier, wiser person, toward improving my character, my interpersonal skills, toward trying to stabilize an erratic mood state, a reactionary perspective, to try to be on top of my health and my mental health, try to be the best person I could be in my relationships. Before I started living consciously, my life was easy. Even though I went through trauma and difficulty, it's not like I didn't suffer. But life itself was easy because it's easy to be the passenger in the car. When you try to lead your life consciously, taking responsibility for everything, and become the best version of yourself that you can be for yourself and others, it becomes challenging. If your life is too easy, you might be doing it wrong. If you're an adult, you might be relying on other people too much to take care of you, take care of your needs, your emotional needs, your tangible needs, too much support from others. It's not easy to try to manage all of your own needs, to try not to seek outside oneself, to provide for oneself, to realize even things that we have to get outside of ourselves, like we can't have a social network on our own, but we have to develop the kind of interpersonal skills to obtain the social network and to maintain the social network, the kind of character and person that people want to be around. You can't have good friends without being a good friend. You get what you give. So even in that, like the people that surround you, you have to pluck out the toxic people, be able to tell who they are, not rely too much on them to make you happy because other people are not responsible for your happiness. You're responsible for your happiness. Not be too dependent on them for anything, and make sure you're contributing what you're expecting to get back. You have to be conscious in your relationships. Conscious to have them, conscious to keep them. Relying too much on outside. And then life becomes effort when you start to rely on this. It's hard to be an adult. It's not easy, but it's a different kind of hard, because when you're responsible for you, then your emotions are not wildly vacillating, your living situation's not wildly vacillating, your self-esteem is not wildly vacillating, everything's not wildly vacillating all over the place on the pendulum based on what people or things outside of you that you are relying on do to you, because we can't control outside circumstances. So it could be great or it could be toxic at any given moment, and you could be crushed, or you could be left destitute, or you could be at the mercy of an abuser. You take the burden of more responsibility, and it's more work, and you have to do it day after day after day. But the pain is different. The pain is the effort. And the reward is the stability of living intentionally and consciously and responsible for yourself to the best of your ability. Or it's too easy. You might be doing something else You might be going after the immediate gratification, completely disregarding the long-term outcomes. It's easy not to get up and exercise ever. Not a character flaw, human nature. The body is driven not to do hard things, to conserve energy. We're physiologically resistant to exercise. You have to make yourself exercise. Move your body. In the now, do something that is unpleasant because it will be good for you in the long term. And your physiology does get a response eventually in the exercise of decreased risk of dementia, decreased risk of depression, exercise endorphins, the positive benefits go on and on. But you have to, that first hurdle every dang day to make yourself be mobile rather than lay out and watch some entertaining TV is a pain, both physical and mental. It's a strain. It's easy not to. It's easy to hang out in bed all day and watch movies, cuddle with your partner or your cat. That's great. Sometimes do that. You're an adult, you can. But just, it's not what you do one day, it's what you do consistently. And you might be doing things like when we were adolescents and we were rebellious, and you might be seeking after drugs or sex or other dangerous pleasures, overspending. That fighting is thrilling in the now to quell that emotional hole in your soul and make you feel like you're living a grand life because you do what you want. What feels good now, I do it. I do what I want. Then your life is easy. But it's been said, if you do what is easy now, your life will be hard. If you do what is hard now, your life will be easy. So your life may be too easy because you're doing whatever you want, whenever you want. In the long run, that will end up hurting your relationships, your reputation. You could wind up in jail or prison for breaking the law, get into car accidents for speeding down the road and driving too fast. You could have bad physical illnesses. Your life will be explosive, and your constitution, you could be financially, your stability and general health, peace of mind, relationships, reputation, everything like that will pay in the long run for just always doing whatever you want in the now. That makes your life easy. So if you think life is easy, you might be doing something wrong. If you think life is hard, just all hard, all bad, you might be doing something wrong. There might be something wrong in your perception. You might be in a victim mode. There might be something wrong that needs a little tweaking in your personality. I had been previously, I'm going to be honest here, and I haven't said this yet. I made a video about it, but I haven't said it. I was previously diagnosed with borderline personality disorder. I no longer meet the diagnostic criteria for that personality disorder. You can recover from personality disorders. It was like a magic light switch came on when I was informed of all this, and that I had the control of myself. I'll link below to the borderline personality disorder video. I am also bipolar 1 with psychosis. They're two different disorders. One is personality, one is biology. And there's nothing wrong with people with personality disorders. Personality disorders are a spectrum. They're just the extreme version of things we all do. We all can relate to what I'm talking about. It's just part of being human, part of growing up. It's just personality disorders are when it's on such an extreme that it interferes with the person's ability to live a fulfilling, happy life. So I have recovered. I'm no longer on that listing. And that's another one of the reasons why I had started the channel, was I was going through that therapy to help tweak the things inside of me that I had to come to some realizations that I was completely oblivious to. So I used to be on the spectrum of life is traumatic at times, and painful, but life is easy, because I was seeking outside. And if I hurt now, I reached for a solution now. I had no thought about the future whatsoever. I had some growing up to do. And it stabilizes your life. I think that every adult, I'm going to let you in on a little secret, every adult has imposter syndrome. We all feel like we're little kids walking around in an adult suit, even if they're a neurosurgeon or your own therapist. We feel like we're playing adults. No adult feels equipped for being an adult. It's worth the work, like getting up and exercising. It may take a little sweat equity now to bite your tongue and not lash out, but it will pay dividends down the line for the whole of your life. Einstein quoted to say, the most important question you'll ever ask yourself is if the world is dangerous or wonderful. It's actually a happy marriage of the two. The actual quote of the day: if the going gets tough, the tough get going. Life ain't easy. If you think it's too easy, you might be doing something that may be harmful to you and not even know it. You may not even be aware of this. That's gonna be harmful to you now or harmful to you down the road. If you think life is all hard, all negative, all bad, you might have a perspective problem, a lack of gratitude, an emotional illness, a mental illness, a personality disorder, or a trauma that has just got you so messed up that you haven't been able to move past the blackness. You may want to speak to a professional if you are always thinking that your life is always bad, and life is nothing but bad. You might need some help. It's both. If you're not going through a crisis, a real, like the death of a loved one or something really traumatic right now in this moment, of course, you might see life as all bad. But just the day-to-day existence of being an adult, it's hard. It takes work and effort, self-discipline, consistency, constantly trying to manage your mood state, take care of your body, take care of everybody around you, balance all the responsibilities, and still grow as an individual. It's a lot. And house yourself, and it's a lot. It's not easy. It takes effort. But it's good effort. It's a different kind of not easy. None of us are like Navy SEALs, except the Navy SEALs. It's not like, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and we're just going to march in and conquer all problems and always be confident and never fail or make mistakes or lose our cool or eat a cake, all by the whole cake, and lay in bed for a week and make dumb mistakes. We're not always going to be in control. We're human. Various reasons we have different coping skills, and we've been through different things, and we're all in different situations. Not everyone has the constitution of David Goggins. But you don't have to. You have to learn to love the process. You have to learn to accept that life takes effort. Spend less time in the woe is me, why me? Because if not you, who else? Would you want your suffering to go to somebody else? They've got their own suffering. Everybody's got suffering. Everybody's got challenges, obstacles, and effort day in and day out that they have to do. It's part of being a grown-up. Part of living. Living is work. Like I said, it's good work. Spend less time in why me. Spend more time in try me. Ask yourself, is my life really easy? Do I view life as easy? I mean, yeah, I might have been through some traumas and things, but in general, is my life super easy? Why is that? You might enjoy discipline. You might enjoy effort. Your life might be rewarding, like raising your family. Stay-at-home mom raising her kids is work. But it's rewarding, fulfilling effort. It's not always easy, but it's rewarding. I'm not talking about that. Your life should be rewarding if you're doing it right. Life is tough. It's the truth. But it's better when you take the wheel of your own life. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. If you're in the driver's seat, you get going. You take it on, you tackle it day in and day out. If you're in the passenger seat, you get going. Like, not gonna bother, not gonna deal with it. It's your problem, it's your fault. Think about it. Where are you? Are you in the driver's seat or the passenger seat in your own life? When the going gets tough, do you get going? Or do you get going and deal with it? Good morning, goodbye. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. This video needs a lot of editing. Love you guys. Good morning. And I need a lot more coffee. Peace.